Îi dau report lui Najares.
De ce?
Mai mințit?
Bă, să-ți faci și verificarea pe Faceit, ca să jucăm doar cu oameni verificați.
Adică,
Adică ești pe Faceit?
nu.
De
Intră
ce,
pe
bă?
pagina de la Faceit.
Verificat.
Unde?
Verificat.
La profil, sus în dreapta și dai pe Faceit Verified.
Coaie, trebuie să-i fac poză, nu pot să-l selectezi în galerie, tu zăras. Berebe, mă, să-mi aduc buletin.
Și bifezi
Doamne,
toate
coaie,
astea?
ăștia, îmi fac provident în pula mea.
Ce? Păi nu știu ce trebuie să bifezi, că l-am făcut de mult.
Ok.
Dă în parte să văd. Perere, perere, pere, perere, pepe, pere, pe. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire's so delightful. Am Moloca, nu mai știți să intră pe Discord?
Cred că l-aș
But the, but the fire is so delightful. CS2 pe Faceit că prea buni suntem. Hai că prea suntem buni. Am zis. Da.
Că prea... Bă, că, 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 că eu, că tu, că...
Da.
Gata, mă, hai. Hai să dăm start, dai go. Am instalat și programul de la Faceit, dar ce crezi? Deja mi-a dat eroare și s-a șters singur.
Păi nu trebuia să-l... Nu trebuia oricum să-l...
Îl mai descarc o dată și îl mai instalez o dată. Ca să pot să-l dezinstalez. De să pun intro până intrăm aici. Da, ce facem, Moloca?
Nu știu.
Cred că i-au furat chinezii.
Eu funa.
I-au funat chinezii. Talatolul.
Talatorul.
Băi,
Aoleu, ce
Nazare,
râs are să-mi, bă.
ce
Zici că e
cură ăsta la
bunicul.
coaie. Băi, Nazare,
Da.
ești sigur că ăștia nu fac provident cu aia, cu buletinul meu?
Nu, că am contul de Faceit de ani de zile. Pula.
Și n-ai avut nicio datorie,
Dar nu fac
la
ei, mă,
nimeni.
nu fac ei.
Singura datorie e viața, trebuie să o dau înapoi.
O, s-a dus deep. S-a dus deep,
A
gata.
zis Moloca că vine imediat.
Ok. Spune să mai stea să nu se grăbească.
Every day I spend my time.
Bă, Najares,
Da.
ia vezi ce astea am făcut. Îți dau partajarea acum. Ecrane. Ecranul. Ce face ăsta? S-a instalat?
Ia
Perfect, hai să o dezinstalezi. Stai puțin să dezinstalezi.
Ia că te aud
Faceit-ul.
și pe stream.
Faceit. Uninstall. Așa. Tipe. Dai pe stream. Niciodată nu scriu bine. Bă, ce se aude, mă? Bă! Ce? Ai donat! E și...
Păi dacă tu te-ai vrut să-mi arăți.
Păi am vrut să-ți arăt cu ce am făcut, nu să le testez tu. Și... Da, a apărut
Dar
timpul
citește,
ăla...
frate.
A apărut ceva? Stai puțin.
Ce, pe stream?
Vreau să te văd prin acel... ok. Ok. Bă, dar de ce nu se actualizează? Stai puțin.
Ce, goal-ul?
Goal-ul. Că era 5. În fine. Stai așa. Stai că mai vreau să dau data asta, da. Relaunch. Vreau să dacă
Bă,
apare.
uite.
Apare.
Nazare, uite pe Instagram.
Hai că nu aud.
Zi acum.
Uite pe Instagram, Nazare.
M-am uitat, mă uit.
Bă, da.
Să neacă, coaie, moare.
Ce
Dar
de
măcar
bun.
acum sunt verified, frate.
Stai.
Bă, da, ia să văd,
Hai.
arăți verificat acolo? Da, frate, arăți verificat, bravo.
Da.
Verificat.
Asta e de la 5 la 10, n-aș ales, uite.
Ia. Ok.
Așa. După aia am pus-o pe asta de la 10 la 15.
Dar de ce tot ești cu banana? A, pentru că ești cu banana.
Sunt cu banane.
Hai de pula.
După aia am pus-o pe asta.
Hai de pula.
Go. Hu. Așa, și după aia ultima asta. Care asta e îngerul. Aude ce a scos din gât.
Măi!
Ce a scos aia din gât.
Ce pula? Hai, Moloca, fătă-te un CS2.
Am făcut și astea cu subscribe. De cineva.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Oh, nice. Ți s-a upgradat, ți s-a updatat...
Acum am să văd de ce nu... Golul e.
Nu se updatează goal-ul.
Acum edit. Goal. Type. Ce membri,
dar ce
bă,
face
donații.
Donați. Băieți, donați.
Nu, era pus pe membri. Să arate câți membri. Stai așa.
Dar tu faci stream acum?
Da, eu fac stream de mult, nu de acum. Da, s-a văzut cât de bine am jucat toți.
Bine.
Dă un link la stream.
Stai așa. O secundă. Gata. S-a pus cu euro acum, cred. Și scrie că e 5. Connect cu ăsta.
Da, cred că ți arată doar ce am donat eu.
Ending date 2007. Start. Ce ăsta? Starting date. Bă, ce starting date, bă? 2017. Alo. A, ba da, e bine. Păi și de ce ending date 2017? Alo. Stai așa, mă. E buguit ăsta. Mi-a pus datele de acum 15 ani. De când mi-am făcut prima dată contul. 2023. Caută PB Diamond pe YouTube. PB Diamond. Ia. 5 din 10 și dacă pun 0. Da,
Hei
arată,
Siri,
arată tot ce ai donat.
hei Siri, ce are Siri?
Hei Siri, ce are?
A surzit.
Moloca. O să sună pe Moloca, că ce pula mea, iară fumează, iară mănâncă, iară. Pula mea.
Be Moloca, fumezi, mă. A, da. Deschid al 15-lea tab de YouTube.
Bun, bun.
Că nu eram în stare să caut pe alt tab. B,
Da, e mă.
Daemon.
Mesageria vocală. Fuck.
CS2 pe Facebook. Că prea suntem buni.
Cei mai buni sunt. Hai să băgăm o melodie până vine Moloca.
N-ai link pe Steam sau din astea, nu? Că n-ai delay.
Ce să am?
Link pe Steam la YouTube.
Nu. Nu. N-am
E
pus
bun,
pe ăsta.
nu de alta, dar n-ai delay. Ai delay de o secundă, două, trei.
Da, e mic. E mic.
Mhm.
Băgăm numele lui Moloca, dedică melodia asta.
E ziua, ei mă cheamă la party pentru că îi place din Martin. Party cu slabii umflati, drogati, transpirati, hipsărițe, enervante, emoloage, captivante, colorante în cap ciudat. Ciumidapto v-am pupat. Știu că o să fii cool, mă duc cu mâna în cur. Vrea să cânt slabă grasă, nici măcar nu-i pasă. Dacă aduc cadou, dacă aduc cadou, nu-i pasă. Dacă aduc cadou, dacă
Slabă grasă.
Era.
Hai, Moloca.
Bă, da. Să-l fut în gură cu aia. Bagă-ți anticit-o, nu știu. Până vine asta. Mm.
Please upgrade your BIOS. The deadline has...
Mamă, să moară băieții.
Aoleu, îl pune să facă mizeria aia cu aia în BIOS.
Mă pune să fac update la BIOS, nu să fac... Nu doar să activez ăla, stai că... Da, dar nu merge așa? Ia stai că mă pune să mă loghez cu Face.
Încearcă,
Stai.
poate.
Ia.
A mers. Tu doar la pulă.
Da, your trust platform module is not... Is enabled, but
N-ai
not fully functional, zice. E enabled, dar nu e funcțional complet. Morțile. Că l-am activat pentru Vanguard, că și ăla știi că merge la fel.
Moloca m-a zdrat anticit. Hai, Moloca. Încă mai tu pula.
Dar da, trebuie să fac și eu update la BIOS. Am și vrut să fac. N-am mai făcut de 4 ani update la BIOS. Și trebuie. Mai fac ăștia o grămadă de fixuri și nebuni. Simulate donațiuni.
Îi pare pera.
Merge. Merge acum, gata.
Ia să mă și eu. Mouse-ul l-am încărcat un pic până vine prostul. Prostul nostru.
Nu știu prost.
Prostul
Trebuie să
nostru.
descarci și Steam-ul? Ce sens are?
Da, exact.
Gata. slabă grață nu îmi pasă. Mamă, de când am mai ascultat pe ăsta.
Elegante.
Elegante che copyright-ul.
Da.
300 de milioane de view-uri are asta.
Ai fost să ai ceva ce fac.
Da, să ascultăm până vine Molocul, dă să închidem partajarea. Oprește partajarea.
De que lo que Bizarrap, grábate Bizarrap. Si me avisa 5 estoy porque sabe cómo soy. Su gato no le da, entonces me llama y voy. Pide que le haga de todo mientras yo me pico otro coco. Y arranco el toque rock mientras fuma en el baile la rompe. Le doy un beso pa' que ella se
Bagă frate nebunia lui Snoop Dogg.
Ce?
Bagă nebunia lui Snoop Dogg.
Nebunia lui Snoop Dogg. Asta de acum 3 ani? Cu țancă?
Da.
Hai cu introducerea. Yes! Yes!
Yes! Yes!
Hai încep acum. Ce pensați de banul ăsta?
Mănâncă cappuccino. O, s-a abonat Denis.
Da, cu vreo 5 minute.
Ei, bun, acum avem...
Donații de la Anonymous. Ia.
Eu am testat. Ia uzi. Bă, ce? E făcută cu ea e asta? Sau o cântat el?
Este făcut de un mixa, de un joc de face mixaj din ăsta de pula mea. Gen...
Păi da, gen sunetul live. Ce
Da,
cântă el acolo?
sunt pe special pentru piesă. Gen versul ăsta special pentru piesă. Dar vezi că e banger rău cu aia, sunt la pula, am ascultat în mașină de după când am fost în mașină.
O, ți era permis înapoi?
No, pe 15. Dar mai conduce legat, mai ies în
Ah.
mașina să... Na, mai încarc bateria, mai...
Gust per fine.
Am băgat-o la blană cu aia, ești nebun în mașina să-mi bat pula, guduiam toată strada. Că am aflat, Denis, că eu în loc de cric în rata de rezervă, eu am
Ai
mare
subwoofer?
subwoofer. E subwoofer din fabrică, știi?
Mamă. Subwoofer. Avea unul pe aici în Italia. Tunată mașină cu un subwoofer. Bă, când venea cu ea la școală, tremurau toate ferestrele de la clase. Când venea cu mașina aia la școală. Se auzea când venea.
Da, eu am sistemul audio de la Bang & Olufsen. Dacă știți de ei.
Nu știu.
Ai auzit,
Așa.
Denis, de ea?
Îți dai seama că am auzit. Dar la câte sunt le mai și încurc între mai e și Bowers and Wilkinson, aia mai...
Dacă îți arăt, să vezi. Bang and...
Bang & Olufsen le puneau pe Touareg-uri, pe Volkswagen, pe ce le puneau?
Nu știu să zic exact. Știbiri dop, 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 dop.
Dop, 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 dop. Șchibiridi.
Hai să văd dacă le găsesc pe undeva. Că știu că le-am căutat într-o zi. Că m-am gândit că să văd cât de tare ascult muzică, ca să știu câți bani pun deoparte. Nu mai știu exact cât. Vreo 5.000 de lei. Set de 4 boxe cu subwoofer.
Înțeles.
To say that
Eu nu pot să înțeleg ce face cu aia copilul ăsta.
had a
Molocu.
friend, even close, a friend, as President Trump in the White House.
Wow.
I think he's been extraordinary in his friendship and his support for Israel. His principled positions,
They have matching clothes.
his
Look at
willingness
this.
to just cut
Look
through
at that.
to get to the essence of things.
That's
And I
cute.
don't say that as a compliment. I just mean it. People have heard me say that behind
Cred că ne jucăm fără Moloca, bă.
many times. But I want to say something else. I think we have a partnership.
Adormit.
Nu răspunde cu aia, nu știu ce face.
I think it's allowed us to do enormous things. You know, people said there was a different conception.
Să întrebă banii, bă, de pe skin.
Eu cred că s-a culcat și ne-a tras clapă.
Interest in the Middle East if it opens a lot of daylight between it and Israel. And President Trump has done the exact opposite. He's achieved.
Să vezi ce bine am prins, bă, Denis. Știi că aveam cuțit, mănuși și un AK?
We talk about
Păi dar nu erau trei bani.
our ideas. Sometimes we have different
Ba da, dar a
ideas,
trecut
we work
săptămâna aia.
Ah, ok.
And most of the time we see eye to
Și
eye.
eu le lasem cu vreo 300 de euro, știi?
This was a very, very productive.
Și le-am dat la un site
Thank you for your friendship.
pe 500.
Thank you for your support. It's meant from the heart.
Thank you.
Trump must have really done something good
So,
for him.
you ok?
Yeah.
Prime Minister, and we were.
I wonder what Trump
Nu
said
ce
he'd do.
știi.
Zic legit? E
Yeah, bro, this is
ok?
Da, e legit, dar da, doar că trebuie să mai am, cred că vreo 2 zile de așteptat să intre banii.
Ah.
And we'll continue to be with you, and a lot of good things are happening in the Middle East. We have peace in the Middle East.
Că
We're gonna try to
au
keep it
făcut
that way.
ceva pe ăștia de la Steam, ceva politică, că dacă
And
te joci sau faci alte chestii cu site-uri third party în astea, știi?
it's been
Da.
my honor.
Ai nu știu cât, între 7 și 9 zile de așteptat să intre banii.
Very much appreciated.
Well,
Yeah.
President Trump
Nu
has
știu
broken
exact
so
ce
many conventions
politici au
to the
făcut,
surprise
dar
of people, and then they
și am
found
aflat
out
de la ăștia de la
that he,
site.
you know, he was right after all. So we decided to break a
Yeah.
convention too, or create a new one.
Which one? The
And that
Geneva
is to
Convention?
award the Israel Prize, which in almost our 80 years we've
Yeah.
never awarded.
Este tare curios ce poate să facă copilul ăsta la ora asta.
And we're going to award it this year.
Mai
to
e
President
conectat
Trump.
pe
This
Discord.
was announced
Da.
formally over lunch by our Minister of Education.
E
who
online
is
și pe Steam,
responsible
ce
for the,
pula mea face?
Israel Prize
Yeah.
is going to be awarded to President Donald J. Trump, who
So
has tremendous
He's
contributions
getting
to
the
Israel
Israel
and the
prize?
Jewish people.
Wow.
I think there's it's such a
Tu te uiți la ecran negru cu aia?
and it would honor us, obviously, Mr. President. if you
A,
visit
stai că am
Israel,
uitat. Gata.
in that occasion on our
They're
Independence
calling him
Day.
the top.
Nu, eram pe Faceit.
I have to
Ștergeam
say
din
that this
prieteni din
reflects
listă.
the overwhelming sentiment of Israelis across the spectrum. They appreciate what you've done to
Aud.
help Israel,
Trump,
to help our common battle against
Israelul,
the terrorists and the
frățiueri.
destroy our
Sunt ca
civilization.
frățiueri
I
aici.
heard about them.
Again, that's an expression of thanks.
Israelul cu
um,
America.
appreciation.
Da.
Thank you, baby, very much. That
I
really
know.
is a great honor.
Dar s-a terminat războiul acolo, nu?
we'll
câte
go
știu.
pretty
Da,
quickly.
da, da, e
because
gata cu Palestina.
Pretty much we agree on most of the things, and you would know what most of those
Acum
things
se duc
are.
americanii și reconstruiesc tot, își fac ei hoteluri, își fac resorturi, își fac... Asta fac și eu, o să fac
Da.
și în Ucraina, stai ca nu.
Bă, mie mi se pare că în Ucraina acolo e doar de
Ce dracu
marketing.
resorturi să
să-mi
faci în
va pula.
Ucraina?
Bine, în
frate.
Ucraina n-ai ce să faci.
Very short period of time to
Dar
test
bani
it out,
tot o să
and we'll
mulgă.
see how that works
O
out.
să ducă
Bă,
și
nu
o să
știu,
ia
bă,
toate
mie mi se
resursele.
pare...
Jared Kushner will be in charge of that.
Mi se pare războiul ăla din Ucraina un marketing maxim cu aia. Că dacă voiau să facă ceva, făceau cum a făcut Israelul cu aia. Le dădea ca lumea și aia a
Logic.
fost.
And
Logic,
we
da.
don't want that. We're not looking for that, but they have to
Nu știu.
disarm within a fairly short
Nu știu
period
ce e
of time.
în capul lui Putin.
Is
Well,
Israel
that's a
gonna
separate
withdraw?
subject.
Yeah.
We'll
Putin
we'll
câte
talk
Putin.
about that. Yes.
Did you have a message for the Prime Minister about the West Bank? And are you at all
Iar mi-am făcut
settler violence in
programul de somn. Iar o să
Well, we
fie
have
nașpa.
had a discussion, big discussion for a long time on the West Bank.
Eu mă dau pe mut și mă uit la pe TikTok.
But we
Bine.
will come to a conclusion.
That's a
on the
lot.
West Bank.
Brrrși,
Well, I don't
top,
wanna do
top,
that.
top,
Dop,
top.
dop.
Announce that in a short period of time. But he will do the right thing. I know that. I know him very well. He will do the right thing.
Da, mai tare
Yes.
puțin aici.
Da, eu mă duc să fumă pe țigară. Dacă nu
Du-te.
vine bulangiul ăsta, a?
Du-te, du-te.
Dacă vine bulangiul ăla,
Well, I know President Erdogan very well. and
ăla
as
asta
you
e
all know,
frică
he's a
să
good
joace
friend of
Faceit.
mine.
Da.
And
Didn't they put
I
people in
believe
jail?
that, and I do respect him, and
I
Bibi
thought that was
respects
an
him,
asshole.
and they're not going to have a problem.
Okay.
They're not going to have a problem. I know him
So
very
there's
well.
not going to be any problems.
And
Well, that's
you've
good.
seen me do things with President Erdogan and Turkey that nobody else could have done. We're not going to have a problem. He's done a fantastic job. I'm with him all the way. I'm with Bibi all the way. Nothing's going to happen.
Okay, nothing's
Yes.
going to happen.
Are you concerned that Israel is not moving quickly enough to phase 2 of the peace plan?
Well, I'm not concerned about.
They're really
anything that
shitting on
Israel's
Israel.
doing. I'm concerned
That's
about what other
crazy.
people are doing or maybe aren't doing.
3 negative
But I'm not
questions.
concerned. They've lived up to the plan. They're strong. They're solid. And sometimes they don't understand when somebody violates something that
These questions, yeah.
you want to give them a second chance. Well, we'll give them a couple of second chances. But no, Israel's lived up to the plan.
Okay.
100%. Don't forget, we made the plan possible by taking out Iran.
I heard about that.
And speaking of Iran, I hope they're not trying to build up again, because if they are,
Here we go.
we're going to have no choice but very quickly
Blow
to
it again.
eradicate that buildup. So I hope Iran is not trying to build up, as I've been reading that they're building up weapons.
Why do
and
they keep doing
other
this?
things. And
You guys,
if they
what are they doing?
they're not using the sites that we obliterated, but they're using possibly different sites. We know exactly where they're going, what they're doing, and I hope they're not doing it because we don't want to waste the fuel on a B-2. It's a 37-hour trip both ways. I don't want to waste a lot of fuel. Okay?
President Trump, what was your last remarks regarding the pardon request of Prime Minister Netanyahu? Herzog office told us that you have not talked after the official request of Prime Minister Netanyahu pardon. Can you clarify
That's my
to us,
president.
did you talk
Which
about
request
it?
are you talking about?
That's my guy.
The President Herzog, the Israeli President Herzog. Did you talk
Another
to him directly?
classic.
Herzog. The Israeli
so
President
you're talking
Herzog.
about
Oh my God.
Oh, well, you got to say that. No, I think he's going to be in great shape. He's a wartime prime minister at the highest level. He's achieved
Don't
tremendous
waste my
success. And I'll say it, if you had 8 out of 10 prime ministers in his position right now, or before right now, maybe, you wouldn't have Israel any longer. Israel would not exist. I'd say two of them would, and 8 of them wouldn't. Those are not good odds.
Huh.
You needed a very special man to
Wow.
to really carry through and,
It's 1
and
out of
really
5?
help
No,
Israel through this
8 out of
horrible
10.
jam. These are major
Can't you listen, you fucking
factions, and
retard?
it started with our negotiation
Are
with
you retarded?
Iran. I think it probably started with Soleimani. That was really where you mentioned that today. It started with
When
Soleimani.
they blew him up? Yeah.
Bad guy, doing bad things, hurting a lot of people, killing American soldiers and other soldiers. But it started right there would probably be
Calm
the
a
starting
roach.
point. And then from that point forward, but you have a wartime prime minister at the highest level. There could be other wartime prime ministers, but they'd lose. He won. And I think the people of Israel appreciate it. I think a lot of the people in the world appreciate it, actually. And because of that victory, we were able to get peace in the Middle East.
Wow.
If you had a different kind of a personality,
Another
if you had a weak person or a stupid person, and there are plenty of both of them, you would not have had success, and you might not have Israel. And you report for Israel. I know you're very proud of it, and you do a great job. You might not have a job because there might not be an Israel right now if you had a different prime minister. That's a big statement, but to me, it's a very simple statement to make. I'm looking at Pete Hegseth, and he's sort of nodding. If they don't have a strong prime minister, Pete, you might not have Israel today. I think he'll go down in the record books. And, I was a big help. I'll be honest with you, big help. Somebody said in the room, if you don't have Trump, you needed a proper combination of everything. And if you didn't have that combination, which they had, you would not have an existing Israel right now.
This is
and
really
the people of
something
Israel
special.
know it.
I'll tell you that.
That's why they like me, and it's why they actually like him. He's got a little bit of a love-hate more than I do over there. But you know what? Even the haters have a lot of respect for him. There's a lot of jealousy about him. A lot of jealousy.
They're jealous?
Jealousy is a bad word. But I believe you
Bro.
would not have Israel right now. So it's a big deal. Yeah, please.
Bro, what is
Paul
this?
showed that as many as half of Gazans would be willing to leave the Gaza Strip if afforded the opportunity to do so. Back in February, you said that all Gazans could leave.
I heard that number today. Half of Gaza would leave. I've always
Where
said
are they gonna go?
I said if you were given the opportunity
Where do they
to
go?
live in a better climate, they would move. They're there because
better
they
not
sort
be
of have
coming
to be.
here.
I think it would be. I think it would be a great opportunity. But let's see if that opportunity presents itself. But we're helping the people of Gaza a lot. So is Israel.
Send it to
by the
Germany?
way.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. But I saw that it was a poll. It was actually more than
Somalia.
half the people would leave if they were given the opportunity.
I don't want them to go to
And I've
Minnesota.
been saying that for a long time.
What
To
do you
me, it
mean?
was common sense. So it's interesting.
Why wouldn't them?
Look, let's not talk
Because of
about
what-
it because
Because of what happened
we
in
don't
the
want
past.
the controversy. Right now, we're helping Gaza.
Remember that?
But if they were given the opportunity, I think even higher than that, the group that did the
Yeah.
poll is usually, I
There's
call
a
them negative
situations.
pollsters. You have a lot of them. And yet this poll was, I think, very accurate, other than
The
it would be
learning
more than
centers?
half the
Yes.
people, if given the opportunity. But they haven't been given that opportunity. So we'll see what happens.
Point of understanding regarding Syria.
We do have an understanding regarding Syria.
There's an
Now,
understanding.
with Syria, your new president, I respect him. He's a very strong guy, and that's what you need in Syria. You can't put
He's a strong
choir
guy.
boy. You can't put somebody that's
A
perfect
choir boy?
person. Everything's nice, no problems in life. You have the opposite there. He's a strong guy.
The guy used to be a leader of
You
ISIS.
get along with him great.
I like photos of him holding like people's
I
heads.
can't ask for any more. He's been with us all the way.
Yeah,
We had
great
that
guy. Great
mishap
guy.
with ISIS, and he was with us all the way. He was fighting us. He was fighting them. So I hope Israel. I'm sure that Israel and him will.
The
get along.
mishap
I
with
will
ISIS?
try and make it so that they do get along. I think they will. Bibi, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, well,
It is
our
what it
interest
is.
is to have a peaceful border with Syria. Our interest is to have, and we openly say it, we want to make sure that the border area right next to our border is safe. We don't have terrorists. We don't have attacks.
Yeah, terrorists
And we
are
also
bad.
want to secure our Druze friends. And by the way, I think
Who's Al Qaeda?
not only
Oh.
the Druze, but other minorities, especially the Christians, should be protected as well in Syria and throughout the Middle East and in Nigeria. In your efforts, we back completely
Nigeria, yeah.
because Christian communities are beleaguered around the world and especially in the Middle East, but in parts of Africa too. And we stand for the same thing.
And don't forget, it was President Erdogan that helped very much get rid of a very bad
Mr. Turkey
ruler of Syria. That was President Erdogan.
This is Assad.
And he never wanted the credit for it, but he really gets a lot of credit. Bibi agrees with that. I agree with. I mean, I know it. And President Erdogan should get a lot of
Yeah.
good credit for what he did. He got rid of some very bad people. And, you know, they've been wanting to do that for 1,000
hates that
years
guy?
with
That's-
different names, but for 1,000 years in Syria, President Erdogan did it. And we give him a lot of credit. I give him a lot of credit. But I think it's going to work out well between Syria and Israel.
Mr. President, about Lebanon.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
The Lebanese government, what we saw, is not meeting the terms of the ceasefire agreement. Has failed to
Another
disarm
ceasefire
Hezbollah,
fuck up.
actually.
What a surprise.
In your view, should Israel strike the terrorist organization again?
Well, we're going to see about that.
We're going to see
about it.
That's a yes.
The Lebanese government is at a little bit of a disadvantage, if you think of it, with Hezbollah. But Hezbollah has been behaving badly, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
How close are we to another operation of Israel in Iran? You said before the meeting with Netanyahu that you're in support of Israel.
We're gonna
if
bomb
the
Iran
ballistic
again?
missile project will take on, and also the nuclear weapon. But after the meeting, after what you know from the intelligence, how close are we to another war with Iran?
Well, I don't want to say that, but Iran may be behaving badly. It hasn't been confirmed, but if it's confirmed, look, they know the consequences. You know, consequences
will never
be
the
very
same.
powerful. Maybe more powerful than the last time. Yeah. And Iran should have made a deal the last time. I gave them the option. I said, you can make a deal. Do it. I told them, do it. And they didn't believe me. Now they believe me.
It's going to be worse than
This
the
is
last
just what
time?
we hear. But usually,
Oh my God.
where there's smoke, there's fire. Have you heard the expression? Well, no, I'm hearing that they're not nuclear yet, but
They're
maybe
fucking
nuclear.
around. Spola med
The sites were
fart,
obliterated, but they're looking at other sites. That's what I've heard. They're
Do you have
looking,
intelligence
so it'll
about
take a long time. They're not going to go back to
dacă
where
l-am
they
mâncat
were,
ursul.
but they
să
have other places they can go.
Da.
And if they're doing that, they're making a big mistake.
Chiar și așa.
There's no reason for them to do it.
Mr. President, is the United States currently open to engaging in bilateral discussions with
Moloca, dacă ne auzi,
hearing
clipește.
reports from numerous countries that there may be some discussions? Is that something you would support? Or
Yeah.
something
Yeah, of
that
course.
I would.
you would
I
support
hope
that?
so,
I would,
yeah.
yes.
Right now.
I have been, by the way, before the war, I would support that. I said to him, baby, I said, let's negotiate. And they didn't believe what was going to happen would happen. Yes, ma'am.
Exercises basically
China.
encircling Taiwan. Can you explain to us what your knowledge is of that? what you
Taiwan.
think
I
about
heard from
that?
a
Have you
toy
had any
that that's actually
discussions
part of
with
Chinese
Well, I have a great
territory, right?
relationship with President Xi, and he hasn't told me anything about it. I certainly
heard
have
that.
seen it, but he hasn't told me anything about it. And
Yes.
I don't
heard that
believe
too,
he's
yeah.
going to be doing it.
From Olabubu. Olabubu told me
No,
that.
nothing worries me. Nothing.
So if
Yeah.
you're encircling, if you're doing naval exercises,
She trying to
and
debate
air
with him?
I've been doing naval
Shut up,
exercises
bitch.
for
Shut the fuck up.
20 years in that area. Now people take it a little bit differently, but in fact, larger than
Shut
they're
up. Yeah,
doing
shut up,
right now.
Karen.
So we'll see. But
Get outta here.
they've been doing that for 20, 25 years. Yeah.
Disarm in that short amount of time that you're giving them.
Hamas
Can you tell us
doesn't
what the
disarm?
next steps would
It'll
be?
It'll be. What's it going to happen?
Horrible for them. Horrible. It's going to be really, really bad for them. And I don't want that to happen. But they made an agreement that they were going to disarm. And you couldn't blame Israel. By the way, we have other
Really
countries that
bad.
will come in and do it. They said, let us do it for you if they don't. Countries that were with them wanted the deal to be made, agreed that they would disarm, and now if they say they're going to disarm, that's fine. If they say they're not going to disarm, those same countries will go and wipe them out. They don't even need Israel. You know, we have many countries, 59 countries that are in agreement. This is a real peace in the Middle East.
Oh.
And Hamas is a small part of it, but it's still a part of it. But we have 59 countries that signed on, big countries, countries that are outside of the Middle East, as you know the Middle East.
Yeah.
They want to go in and wipe out Hamas. They don't want Israel.
They're
They don't need
terrorists.
Israel.
Yeah.
They want to do it because it's the right thing to do. Because
Bunch
they
of
were
fucking
for the deal
terrorists,
based
yeah.
on the fact that Hamas pledged, they swore
They
that they were going
said.
to disarm. Now, if they're not going to disarm, those same countries will wipe out Hamas.
We're gonna blow their ass up.
PA should be involved the day after in Gaza Strip, even in the near future? And the same question to Prime Minister Netanyahu. Do you see a real opportunity that the PA will be in Gaza?
Go ahead, Bibi.
I think President Trump put clearly the conditions of reform that he wants to see in the PA for them to be involved. And I
They're
think he
giving them
put
too
it
much
very
time to
clearly
flee.
What he wants to see, the kind of real reform.
They don't want to bomb them. That's why. It's pretty obvious why.
Real reform. Stop pay to slay. Change the curriculum in your textbooks.
Pay
Open
to
up,
slay?
a different society and a different future. If they do it, well, let them. I think it was clear. He put
Pretty clear.
He put guidelines that were, by the way, in the Trump plan of 2020, and they were put then in the 20 points, and it's up to them.
Remember this, if we didn't do what we did to Iran, just to make the subject just slightly different, you wouldn't have peace in the Middle East. You wouldn't have a deal signed in the Middle East. You wouldn't have a deal. Because other Arab nations, which are great people, I know them very well, I know them all, they're great people, they wouldn't be able to have agreed to peace in the Middle East, because you would have had
they don't
a
like
dark
Iran
cloud
either.
hanging over everything. It wouldn't have been possible.
Yeah, sure.
So Iran has been greatly reduced in power, prestige.
Yeah, I haven't heard a lot about
Humiliation,
Iran ever since he blew them up.
Trying to build up
That's
again.
true.
But we can't let them build up, because if they build up, there can't be peace in the Middle East. It was a mistake. When they wiped out Iraq and Iran were about the same power. And they fought each other with different names for 1,000 years. And then our country came out and blew up one of those two countries, namely Iraq. And all of a sudden, Iran had the whole Middle East all to itself.
So we
But
shouldn't
that's
have blown
not
up
true
Iraq so
anymore.
they could keep blowing up
That's not
Iran?
true anymore.
Your
Say
plan,
it?
All
tell
right.
us something about your plan to expand Abraham Accords.
If you can tell us
Something about your plan to expand Abraham Accords.
Is he extra orange
Well, the
today?
Abraham Accords are a great achievement.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Jared and everybody. It was
Yeah, he's pretty
one of
orange.
the great achievements. They'll be expanded. Countries are already talking about expanding it, and they'll be expanded fairly quickly. Yeah, please.
Is it still on the table? The normalization.
Saudi Arabia is great. We have a great leader.
Yeah.
And
sure.
a friend of mine and a friend of a lot of people. Also an enemy of some people. But those people aren't doing so well. No, Saudi Arabia has been very good as far as I'm concerned. They've done everything that we can ask for.
Great.
Is on the
They're getting along great with Israel. They will. And at some point, they'll sign the Abraham Accords.
Wow.
So one of the big domestic tasks ahead of you is to pick a new chairman for the Fed.
Yeah.
You've said that you have one favorite.
Not
but
a friend of
you're
Israel?
Also doing interviews.
Still
so
do.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll announce them at the right time. There's plenty of time.
Who's the guy on the left?
But in the meantime,
That's
we're
the
doing
president of
numbers
the
that
United
nobody's
States.
ever seen. We have $18 trillion coming in. We had a 4.3% GDP. They thought it was going to be 2%. And that's despite the Democrat shutdown. Had the shutdown not occurred, we would have had an extra 1.25. Think of that.
It says it on the podium, guys. Come on.
Also, despite the
You
fact
just
that
read
we
it.
have a fool at the Federal Reserve. I mean, Biden reappointed
just kick
him. It's
him
too
out?
bad. You would have thought he wouldn't have done that.
Tell him to get the fuck out of here.
He's an absolute fool who's building a new Federal Reserve, or he's doing a
Another
renovation of a building. Maybe he's up to $4.1 billion to do a renovation of a few very small buildings.
He's trying to get him to talk shit about
It's
it?
the highest price in the history of construction.
That's insane.
He's spending more money than any building has ever spent per square foot on the renovation.
true?
As an example, I'm doing a magnificent, big, beautiful ballroom that the country has wanted, the White House has wanted for 150 years.
Wow.
It's a massive job, and it's a tiny fraction of that number. And we're under budget and ahead of schedule. Now, it's bigger than I told you. After realizing we're going to do the inauguration in that building, it's got all
for his
bulletproof
third inauguration?
glass. It's got all
That makes
drone.
sense.
They call it drone-free roof. So drones won't touch it. It's a big, beautiful, safe building.
Yeah, it's your third one.
But it's it's a big project for a tiny fraction of that. We're under budget and ahead of schedule, and they've wanted it for 150 years. Think of it: the Federal Reserve building, 2 buildings there. They don't know what they're doing. They're way over budget. I mean, almost. This was built during the Biden administration.
Moloca
And I
adormit,
wrote
zic.
about it the other day, and it's headed by the head of the Federal Reserve.
Trump's renovation is so much better than the Fed renovation. That's what he's saying. He can renovate way better than the Fed can. The Fed doesn't know what they're doing.
Except before the election, it was too early.
Yeah.
That would have helped. That was supposed to help get her elected. It had no impact. We won all 7 swing states.
I've heard about that.
But no.
The last time you talked about it.
We're thinking about bringing a suit against Powell for incompetence.
What?
Because think of it. These are outstanding buildings. These are small buildings. He said $4 billion more. It's going to end up costing more.
He's still mad about this.
It's the highest
Game
price.
over. Wait, we're going to sue us?
Again, Democrats. Highest price of construction per square foot in the history of the world. There's never been gorgeous monuments are built for
W crash out? Yeah.
So we're thinking about bringing a gross incompetence, what's called gross incompetence.
I like that. Yeah. Do that more. We're gonna sue him.
M-am jucat și Faceit.
Să-l fută becul, bă.
Well, he should resign. That'd be a favor to the nation. But he's come close.
Cam noi în meci până
Getting
venea
pretty
el.
close. I would fire him.
Lejer.
I'd love to fire him, but we're so close, you know. Maybe I still might.
After the Turkey,
Say it.
are you going to approve a sailing of F-35 to the Turkey?
We're thinking about a Mercedes.
And what
prevented? They'll never use it again.
Jesus. Shut the fuck up. So he's got a week? Yeah, I guess so. So basically, he said he didn't want to waste the fuel to fly over to Iran and blow them up again.
Nice.
All right. Well, I don't know what anybody expected. I think we could have pretty much predicted that to be Former Nickelodeon child star Tyler Chase was spotted back on the street in Christmas Eve, but this time a few fans were there to help him out. So they found this guy randomly. That this guy used to be, I guess, a child star on Nickelodeon, and now he's homeless.
YouTube poetry?
Yeah, the one on Nick, right? Nickelodeon?
Yes.
What was your name? What's your name?
Tyler.
Tyler?
Mendez. Also Tyler Chase for Poetry of Hollywood. Actor, so the kids of Nickelodeon. Tyler Chase, one of the...
Damn, bro, how'd you get... Why are you in the streets like this? Why are you in the streets like this?
Chase Bank.
Oh, damn. Hey,
Chase
you know what? I
Bank.
got some cash for you, bro.
I
got some cash for you.
Here in California.
Here, look.
God bless you, sir. May I give you this gift?
No, don't worry about it, bro. Don't even worry about it.
Don't actually
Don't even worry about it, bro.
You are from Persia, Syria.
Here you go, bro.
The Prince of Syria.
Damn, that's
The
crazy.
Prince of Syria?
Hey, bro, try to get your life better,
Wasn't he
bro.
in ISIS?
You know?
I'm at star 96.7.
Yeah. No, you're good. No, go ahead, bro. Sell it to somebody else. You're good. Thank you. No, bro, you're good.
Yeah, and so there it is, right? And this guy has been in this situation, and so people are trying to give him stuff.
It's not just for content, right? I promise you. Swear to God.
It's not for content. I mean, it's obviously for content to a degree, but you know.
Whoop, whoop. Look at that. Waterproof.
Look at that. That's so sad, bro. Oh my God.
Nice jacket.
Let me pray for you. Is that cool? Can I pray for you?
Alright, my Lord, dear Father Jesus Christ, I give you thanks for Tyler's life, my Lord.
Yeah, he's so malnourished. Yeah, he's on something. No way.
Take him out of the darkness right now in the name
No
of
way.
Jesus, my Lord. We love you so much, my
You guys
God.
sure?
Show him that you love him, my Lord. Anything that he's gone through, my Lord. Give him peace, give him joy, my Lord.
Yep. Before mental health system was weaponized. This is him before.
Writing again. I've been working on a book recently.
So this is him.
And finally finished
Bro,
it,
what
so I'm
the
going to be
fuck?
releasing it soon and publishing it.
God damn.
But I wrote this poem called Bridges. It's more of a slam poem than an actual rhyming poem, because therefore I can get more close to like a story and an emotion rather than a rhyme scheme, which is what some of the rhyming poems lack, is the story. But this is Bridges, and I hope you enjoy it.
This is just him talking about like some poem, but I don't even listen to the whole thing. But like anyway, so this actor Daniel Curtis helps the former co-star secure a place to stay.
A lot of you guys are concerned about this, and his dad pizza was
good.
And now that's the way you eat a pizza right there. That's the way. I also got to let him chat with his old friend Devin Werkheiser and my guy Nettie. So they couldn't get him into a car last night, and that's why they weren't able to get him to the hospital. But he trusts.
Yeah, you can see,
an old friend.
bro. Like you can see, he fucked up. He's all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah, it's the holiday season. It's rainy out, and I just wanted him to have at least some basic accommodations.
So they got him a hotel
local, and this was the only one that was open and accepting people. So here we are, man. I'm gonna come back and holler at you, man, and we'll talk more about trying to get that situation squared away, so we can do the rehab or whatever we need to. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Give me a hug, man. Love you, brother. Love you, man. So happy to see you, dude.
Thank you. I'm so happy to see you.
Yep.
You're the man, brother.
I hate it because it's for views and clicks. Well, there's one more after this. So then they get him the hotel room, right?
Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you're somewhere nice and warm with your families. Unfortunately, Tyler Chase is not. And this is the case for millions of other Americans. Happy as we got it.
Anybody who feel good
that they had tried the hotel thing before and it didn't work. And of course, Dan, why did you assume that you were going to be able to just fix this situation?
Everybody thinks that they can fix it. Everybody thinks, oh, well, if we just go and do this or do what they want or whatever, it's going to make these people...
System could be in place, right? We have all these social systems.
It's because the reason why is because the fact is that people... spend on homelessness the state of. I don't want to have other things in 2024. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be millions of dollars. $3.3 billion. Wait. Oh my, over the 5 fiscal years, they spent $24 billion? Holy shit. Where's the money going? There's money to be made off of homeless people. Most of that money never sees the pork at all. No way.
And abandon my boy. The 31st, all right, that's coming up soon, right? He'll be out of food soon. Please
Stop trying to guilt trip companies into paying the money on giving them this food. It's not Blaze Pizza's responsibility to feed Tyler. It's the American government. We don't pay taxes to Blaze Pizza. We pay taxes to the American government. This crazy weird guilt tripping people do on companies.
Bine că ne-am jucat. Stream-ul ăsta îl și salvez, stream-ul ăsta. Îl pun acolo, primul.
Da, așa bă, dacă vreți, jucăm un meci.
Bună, Faceit. Nu, n-am chef.
Oh my god, 15, bă, lăsăm și eu imediat.
Jucăm leșinați, dracu, nu vedem nimic.
Jucăm mâine. Adică azi.
Acum intră Moloca, du-te, liniștit.
Da, fii atent că ies și intră Moloca.
That is the core, and the reason why is because of virtue signaling. It's virtue signaling and moral posturing. Okay, here we go. You guys ready to listen to this?
This is what happens when they target communities for their own benefit. This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea
O să
of
închid
white
ăsta cu
supremacy.
antichetul.
Da.
Da.
Exit.
Man.
Gata.
What a fucking retard. Oh my god.
So it sounds to me, Nick, that Governor Tim Walz is saying that you and others that are out there trying to expose this, you know, you're doing it because you're white supremacists. What is your response to him?
Yeah, Tim wants votes. There are entire apartment complexes where white people have been pushed out of these apartment complexes because Somalians have taken over and they're inside of these towns.
There's like wait, what?
Entire apartment complexes where white people have been pushed out of these apartment complexes because Somalians have taken over.
Of course.
And they're inside of these towns like Minneapolis, where they can go get votes from these people. And if you have 100,000 people that will vote for you because you're going to enable this to happen, and because you're not a white person racist for calling out facts, this is what's going to happen to a state like Minnesota. Minnesotans, they say Minnesota nice, but they are very upset, and I fully understand why they're upset.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Have a governor who's actually.
He thinks he can dodge this by throwing away buzzwords. Yeah, like it's white supremacy that people want scammers deported. Yeah, sure, man.
Working for them, that he's actually working against them.
Nick, your video's been viewed 93 million times. What do you think will be the result of this? Do you think that things will change because of bringing attention to this, or do you think it'll be much the same, swept under the rug and keep moving forward?
Yeah, there better be change. People are demanding it. The investigations have been launched just from that video alone. And so there better be change because, like I said, we work way too hard to be paying taxes. We work way too hard to be not knowing where our money's going. And at the end of the day, the people in the government, they work for us. We don't work for them. And so it's their responsibility to hold these people accountable.
You don't work for the government. You work for the Somalians.
Accountable. And so if there's not something that's happened, people are going to be very frustrated. And so if President Trump's watching this, it's time to really get down to nitty-gritty and to make a difference in this place in Minnesota
that's absolutely
pretty much like Somaliland right now.
Yep. We're a state of immigrants that values that. We have more refugees
I can see that.
per capita than any other state.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's not just morally a good thing.
It's not a morally good thing. Why is it a morally good thing to have a bunch of refugees? Who decided that? I don't agree with that. I think that's ridiculous.
It's our economic and cultural future. This beautiful diverse.
Thank God we can have our culture replaced by immigrants from Somalia that don't speak English. That's amazing. Thank God. And this is it. It's funny to say that, like, anytime that somebody talks about, oh, wow, there's like a demographic change or something like that, they say it's like a white supremacy theory. Meanwhile, here's Tim Walz explaining it happening. He's literally he's saying it right out there.
We see out in Worthington when I'm there, you see 50 languages spoken in the school, and you see.
How is that a good thing? 50 languages was a punishment from God in the Old Testament for people building the Tower of Babel too high to get to heaven. You're literally looking at an Old Testament punishment from a vengeful God on a fallen world, and you're saying that it's a good thing. Is this fat, bald retard serious? Oh my God. 50 languages? That sounds like chaos. Can you imagine that?
Every storefront filled with different types of foods, different types of businesses.
I love how this is the prime reason why Americans are okay with immigration, because of food. I can see, Tim, that's the reason why you want the immigrants, is so they can make you more food. Absolutely. I believe you.
Are happening. Minnesota needs to continue to do that. The office of governor can set the tone on that. We're going to continue to need to diversify. We're going to have to put policies in place that make sure we're attracting teachers of color so that.
Why would you do? See, this kind of stuff, like this is the kind of stuff that as a white person, you should never vote for this guy. This person is trying to systematically disenfranchise you and take you away from things that would be fair. He doesn't want a meritocracy. Why? Because the reason why, so here's the reason. I will explain the actual reason why. The real reason why it happens is because white people don't vote based off of this. And I think that we should start voting like this. I do. I think that we should. The moment that any of these people talk about adding in any sort of systematic advantage, any sort of beneficiary program, anything to benefit a person who is a random ass fucking immigrant, and they're saying, yeah, we need to bring these people in here, why should I vote for a candidate that wants to systematically disenfranchise me? Absolutely not. And any self-respecting white person should never vote for this. It is insane. If they want to, and the problem is that there are so many white people that are consumed by white guilt because of Hitler or because of slavery or because of Jim Crow, and all of these things are bad, but they have one thing in common. I didn't do any of them. So whenever I have to hear that, oh my God, this is some terrible fucking thing that happened, and so now I have to live my whole life, basically, a step behind where these other people get advantages. Absolutely not. No way. And so really the reason why he does this is because white people don't take offense to it. And I think that we need to start taking offense to it. I absolutely think so. The idea that we can have somebody come on television and say that it's a good thing that I, as a white person, am disenfranchised systematically by a system, that way we can have more teachers that are a different skin color than me, that are coming over from another fucking country so they can replace me and my jobs. Absolutely fucking not. And I think that everybody should be making this decision. Why would I ever make that decision for even a second? They'll just claim white tears. Claim it all you want. I still think you call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it being racist. You call it a Nazi. Call it whatever you want. I'm still not going to vote for it. It doesn't matter what word you put on it. Who gives a shit about the word? So yes, and this is the problem. It's that white people have, I think that really it's that I don't think they really care enough. I think that's the main reason. They just kind of let this stuff happen to them.
Students of color have someone that they understand, look like, think like, see like in front of them.
Yeah, so here we go. So let's import a bunch of immigrants and a bunch of random third worlders. And now because we have all these third worlders in the country, now we have to also create incentive programs to make other third worlders teach the third worlders that we imported in. Here, I've got a great solution that's going to solve this whole problem. They all go back. That's my solution. They're all going back. I don't give a shit. I don't want to deal with this. Get rid of every single one of these people that are net negative taxpayers need to be sent back to their country. I don't care if they're citizens or not. It's crazy that people put up with this. And I don't think that people, here's what's crazy. I don't think that people realize the amount of rot that this creates. This makes traffic worse. It makes getting a job worse. It makes going to the emergency room worse. It makes doing any sort of, getting any sort of federal system, it makes it worse. These people massively jam up the system because they're filing fake shit. They're filing things wrong. They're not actually, they're not even supposed to be filing them in a lot of cases. I don't think you guys can understand all of the second and third order effects that bringing in this massive population that's very clearly not assimilated and very clearly not willing to assimilate, they're not even trying to assimilate, into the country without causing problems. Just like a fat activist that lowers wages as well, it does. And the only, and I think this is really important to keep in mind, is that the only people that truly benefit from mass migration and bringing in these third world immigrants that are net negative taxpayers and are basically parasites on the American taxpayer, the true people who benefit from that are the top 1%. The top 1% are totally insulated from any of these bad things. Like for me, for example, right? I'm a rich guy. I've got a lot of money. My life will, unless one of them runs me over with a car because they got a free driver's license without having to take a test, which that happens too. But let's assume that doesn't happen. If one of these people, I'm never going to have to deal with these people, basically. I'm never going to have to worry about it. I'm never going to have to be like, oh my God, like this is some kind of massive issue. Because I'm never going to have to see them. I don't have to see them. I don't have to deal with them. And so the consequences of illegal immigration for me are zero. It never affects me. It doesn't, it's not going to affect my job. Like, if anything, illegal immigration is good for me because it means that the stocks that I own and the investments that I have, these companies are indirectly or directly benefiting from illegal immigration, and I make more money because of that. My stock goes up. So really, and maybe these people are doing like menial tasks. Like, you know, a lot of them obviously do like, you know, fucking home cleaning, and they do like gardening work and construction and landscaping, because these are easy physical jobs that require relatively no skill. Construction requires a lot of skill, but being directed by somebody for doing more menial things doesn't necessarily, like mowing the lawn. So the fact is that roofing's a bit harder to do, but either way, my point is that that's the main thing that people like that. Dinky, 150 subs, holy shit, thank you, man. I appreciate that, guys. Never gift if you don't have, if you don't can't afford it or anything like that. Never feel like you guys